Ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 30 of Universe Mode. We are one episode away from Backlash and only about 5 from NXT Takeover Chicago, NXT Takeover 58. But before we get there, I do want to let you know that if you're looking for the schedule for Backlash, I'll be putting it at the end of this video before the title reigns and the confirmed matches for Chicago. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the show as it opens up with Chris Hall coming out. He tells NXT fans to acknowledge him as a mockery of Roman Reigns. He then laughs at those who followed through with it and calls them all sheep. Just like Noble is a sheep to Roman Reigns. Another man who is a sheep is Colt Lee. Chris Hall continues and says he's disappointed in the old man that he'd grovel for these people's love and respect. He's disappointed as well that Noble is trying to act tough on Raw to get a shot at the NXT title. NXT is run on Chris Hall's time. Just then, Ty Noble does come out with a microphone and asks Chris if Chris will do something as he gets in the ring. Hall smiles and says that Noble is just a lapdog coming out to yip at the owner of NXT. He, like the 4 others who faced him at NXT Takeover, are beneath him. Noble says that's interesting. That Hall says that because if it wasn't for Noble attacking Arthur Rex and Cody Cretin, Chris Hall wouldn't be NXT champion right now. The secret of the attacker is revealed. Chris Hall replies that he'd thank Noble, but he knows that he would have beaten them regardless. Cretin and Rex never had a chance anyways. He starts to leave, but Mr. Samuel comes out. The GM of NXT thanks Noble for ending his investigation. The GM informs Hall that he likes the idea of adding pressure of Noble potentially having to win the title by Survivor Series thanks to Roman Reigns. So he's got a plan. If Noble wins tonight to kick off the show, he gets to fight for the title in the main event tonight. He also promises that Arthur Rex and Cody Cretin will face the NXT champion at NXT Takeover 58, Chicago. Hall looks pissed and glares at Noble until he hears the theme music of the opponent of Noble play. Noble will face West. Hall mouths, "You're screwed," to Noble and laughs before leaving. So we have the opening bout, West versus Noble. Noble just barely gets the win through a roll-up, assisting, using the ropes to get the win, catching West by surprise. After the match, West offers out a hand, and Noble takes it. West wishes Noble the best of luck, says that you outplayed me. Well done. And Noble heads to the back, holding his side. When West gets to the back as well, he's greeted by Mr. Expendable, who goes for a hug, but West signs that they need to focus on getting the tag team titles back now. Mr. Expendable nods in agreement. Angel, though, West's girlfriend, walks up and isn't happy her boyfriend lost an opportunity at the NXT title. She insists that since the two lost the tag team titles, they're back to ground zero as a group. And with Perez suspended, things are looking bleak. These two need to step up while Perez is serving his suspension. West informs her that he's got them in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament. They'll win that, and she still doesn't seem pleased about it. She insists that they need championship gold sooner rather than later. And if they can't find gold, then maybe it's better if they solely protect the gold that's in front of them. She points at her NXT Women's Championship. She leaves them, and West signs to Mr. Expendable that he'll think of something. Don't worry about it. After that, Andre Brooks is interviewed and asked if Kyle Jordan or Jacobs will rematch for the championship. He says that the door is open for a rematch if the two want to take it. He doesn't care who is challenging him, honestly. The show was booked tonight for a chance at a match. If he isn't booked next NXT show, then he'll make it up to the fans by opening up the door at NXT Takeover to any wrestler in the locker room who wants to face him. Doesn't matter how many, if they want a one-on-one, triple threat, fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way, 6-man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many face him. If anyone wants the match, go see Mr. Samuel. He is congratulated by the interviewer as well for the championship victory at NXT TakeOver, and the interview ends. After that, footage is then presented to the audience on an attack that occurred earlier in the day at the Performance Center while there was a class going on in the building, and Tony Ramirez was helping coach some of the new hires. He is attacked by TJ Ballman. Ballman uses a chair against Tony's leg and whacked two trainees who tried to stop him. He then puts Tony in an ankle lock for an extended period of time before the wrestlers manage to separate them. It's announced then that Ramirez is being evaluated by doctors. TJ's stated reasoning to security was that it was payback for eliminating him at NXT TakeOver. If Tony wants payback, TJ is willing to fight and completely break his leg at Chicago. We'll have to see if Ramirez accepts. More than likely he will. No way he's going to just let that go. After that, though, we go to matchup number 2. Veronica Blaze versus Candice LeRae, and Blaze picks up the win. After the match, Blaze is interviewed in the ring, and she states that she's found repeated success in NXT. She understands that there's a line in front of her, but she doesn't plan to sit idle and wait for her chance. Guy and Falcon are fighting for who's got first rights, but she challenges the loser to put their spot on the line against her. If she wins, she cuts in line, as in the loser has to forfeit their spot to her. The interview ends, and she leaves. Alrighty. Well, the Saito brothers backstage are interviewed. We have a lot of interviews going on this show, and are asked about if they can confirm if they will be in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament. They do confirm that, and they will participate in the tournament. After that, though, the interviewer asks if they will follow up on Johnny Rivers attacking their manager. Katsu Saito states that there will be a retaliation if Rivers shows up his face in NXT again. He'll smack that confidence off his face and teach him a lesson of respect. Katsu doesn't care about how long he has had the belt. What he cares about is putting him in his place. He's referring to Johnny Rivers. The interviewer then asks what Toshinori is going to do in the meantime, and Toshinori states that he's going to speak with Mr. Samuel about accepting that Andre Brooks Open challenge for NXT TakeOver Chicago. The interviewer then closes it out with some statements and wishes them the best of luck. So it seems that Katsu's going to pursue Johnny Rivers, who is in the middle of trying to break the all-time record for longest Cruiserweight title reign with the belt. Following that segment, we go to the third segment before the next match. Backstage in the locker room, Bundy is talking about how there can't be any shortcomings tonight to Isaac Steele. They have to win. They must win. They have to regain the titles. He tells Steele to be on his A game, and Steele says he's gonna try. Bundy gets in his face and asks if Andre Brooks broke Steele because this is the man that he picked to be his partner. Steele responds that he's fine and they'll win the match. There's no big deal. There's nothing to be concerned about. Bundy warns him that they'd better win. They'd better. He leaves and heads to the ring. Steele takes a deep breath, shakes his head, and heads out. As the opening match to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament of Season 10 begins, it is Steele and Bundy against Liberty and Sky, who are calling themselves the Warbirds. Ultimately, in shocking fashion, it is an upset. Steele and Bundy fall as Steele takes the pin after great double team work by Liberty and Sky. And ultimately, the newcomers advance in the tournament. Steele got pinned and Bundy helps him to his feet after the match. Steele apologizes for the loss and says it won't happen again. Bundy says it's alright. He knows it won't happen again. He then proceeds to hit Steele with his finisher and starts beating down on him in the ring. Bundy yells at Steele that he doesn't accept failure. The intuitive one only seeks success and perfection. He slides out of the ring and gets a chair just as security start to get in the ring. He smacks Steele's back with the chair before security wrestle the chair away from him. He's escorted away by security while Steele is checked out by doctors. So, seems that the alliance between Steele and Bundy is no more. Following this, it cuts to Cody Creaton for an interview, who's asked about his thoughts on Ty Noble being the one who attacked him and Arthur Rex. More news going on. Or revealing news to him, and he proceeds to state that it's unfortunate that someone sinks so low and gets rewarded for this behavior with a title match tonight. But he can't complain. Rex and him have another chance in Chicago, and he doesn't plan on wasting it. Last time he was a hair away from winning the NXT title, and he wasn't 100%. This time, he will become champion, and he will be at 100%. Just then, Harvey and Leon Barnett enter the frame. Leon chuckles and asks his father how much more pity parties will NXT throw for all these good guys who are wronged. This is NXT. You're the next generation. It's clear Creaton needs his hand held to keep up with guys like Leon. Leon didn't let a neck injury stop him. Creaton couldn't keep up against Leon to win the King of the Ring tournament, and he won't keep up himself in the main event spot in Chicago. He'll fall short, and after that, he won't be in the main event anymore. Creaton says that there's a chance that the second part will be true, but there's also an equal chance that Leon can be choking on his own teeth that'll be lodged in his throat in a second. And Leon starts to back up a few paces, and Creaton proceeds to ask, will his daddy write the check for the bill? Leon laughs before spinning, taking that step back forward and spinning in the face of Creaton, who brawls with Leon. Harvey helps his son by low-blowing Creaton before Leon puts Creaton through a table. Leon, after disposing of Creaton, looks to his father and asks, quote, "That's the X Factor that Jamie was praising?" Harvey laughs and says he can't believe it either. Leon states that he's nothing but a joke and should just go back to motocross. Maybe his dignity can die there, like his wrestling career is going to die in Chicago. Leon and Harvey leave the hurting Creaton. Final segment before we actually go to matchup number 4. Angel is interviewed and asked about the upcoming women's number 1 contendership match. She's propping up her feet on a coffee table in her own personal dressing room. She states that it doesn't matter whether it's Kai, York, Blaze, or even that newcomer, Dynamite. All the women have talent, but Angel's in a league of her own. This is her era, and most importantly, there's no one close to her level. She'll sit back and wait. Fans will doubt her, but if last NXT Takeover didn't show it, she'll beat her opponents down till there's nothing left of them. She orders the interviewer out as the entrances begin for the match, so she can watch without the, quote, stench of inferiority intoxicating her locker room. The interviewer tries to ask where Mr. Expendable and West are, and she screams at them to get out. So, with all that out of the way, we are going to head to the opening match, the opening match that's going to be aired, but it's the semi-main event of the show. Kai versus York. The winner will get the first shot at the NXT Women's Championship at NXT TakeOver Chicago. We're going to go to that match right now. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is a number 1 contendership match for the NXT Women's title. The winner between Kai and York will get first shot, first dibs at contending for the title in Chicago. But the loser, if they choose to accept what Blaze's challenge is, might have to put their opportunity on the line. So these two grappling each other. Dakota Kai drops down. Alice York shot to the head. York rolls to her feet. York, the former champion, would love to win the title back. Dakota Kai, most successful NXT Women's Champion in Universe Mode, would love to get the title back and continue extending her records. As York Irish whips Kai into the corner and delivers a forearm there. for the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion in Universe mode, but Kai quickly levels York, only for York to roll to her feet, picks up Kai, but Kai counters, back and forth, to and fro, Irish whipping her, big boot there, drops her down, Kai with a cover to put York away, 1.5. Trying to work on the show graphics, but I haven't had the time with NXT. Regardless, back body drop there. York and a knee right to the spinal cord of Kai. And a small cut. Edison, what a hurricane runner by Alice York, who was laying it in to Dakota Kai. Before picking her up now. Irish whipping Kai into the corner. As we are on the road to Chicago for NXT. With a prime time main event. The NXT champion Chris Hall defending his title against Ty Noble. Meanwhile, Alice York choking out Dakota Kai. Before Kai getting to her feet, York from the middle rope takes a leap of faith. Drop kick there. Kip up. Right afterwards, Alice York on a roll as she looks to keep building momentum here tonight in this match. Snapmare there. Drops her down, tries to get her in that chin lock, trying to get the bicep underneath that throat, or underneath the chin of Dakota Kai as per the name of the hold, but Dakota Kai showing great fortitude and awareness to fight out of it. So now she sizes her up, Russian leg sweep, Kai turns the tide. And now, she is in control of the match. Stomp right to the arm of Alice York, who's now prone on the canvas in the ring. Now Kai picking her up, dropping her down. A lot of force to the back as Kai Irish whips Alice York into the corner. Sizing her up, bouncing off the ropes. Here comes the big boot. No way! Alice York sidestep, drop kick now as she got out of the way in the nick of time. Alice York sizing her up, clap to the ears. She's got her. She's got her in submission. The real deal could make Dakota Kai tap out right here in the middle of the ring at Full Sail. But no, Kai shot right to the face, works her way out of the submission hold. She does not tap, and this match will continue. Kai with a jaw rattler. Alice York crumples to the mat. For trying to find her wits by getting to her feet, Dakota Kai assisting her to her feet, delivers several strikes, but wait, York counters, rolls her up to advance to Takeover. 2, kick out at 2, near fall. Alice York, oh, what a leaping neck breaker there. Leaping elbow, but no, Kai rolled out of the way. Kai now sides her up, tosses her into the corner, drop kick to the back of Alice York, who gets to her feet, only for Kai to deliver another impactful move. German suplex there, cover, 1, no 1.5. York stays alive. Now Kai twisting Alice York's legs like a pretzel and turning it into a variation of the sharpshooter. It isn't, but it looks sort of like it as she applies her knee to the spinal cord of Alice York. York fights out of it, favoring her lower back, rightfully so, and gets leveled with an enziguri by Dakota Kai. Kai firing up this crowd. Picks her up, slams down Alice York. York goes down. A way to jaw rattler right there. Stunning Dakota Kai, who throws the arm away. Irish whipping her into the corner. Dakota Kai has the opportunity to put Alice York away as she runs against the ropes. Boom right to the face as she takes out Alice York, the former NXT Women's Champion. Cover to punch her ticket to Chicago. 2, no, kick out at 2.5. Dakota Kai looks at the referee in disbelief. Sizes her up. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. All rise! Chiropractor! That's gotta be it! Whoa! No, only a 1.5. Dakota Kai looks at the referee, still in disbelief, but that's what he's calling. I can see it there. You gotta follow it up, and follow it up she will as she stomps the arm of Alice York, continuing to press on with the attack, not letting her emotions get the best of her as she locks in the submission again, pressing the knee into the lower spinal cord of Alice York. The pressure being applied. Alice York yelling in pain, but she manages to twist her body over, shoving Dakota Kai away. Alice York has an opening and delivers an enziguri there. Kai goes down. Alice York follows it up with a submission of her own. She's gonna lock in a figure four. Figure four on Dakota Kai. Kai's knees and legs are getting shredded right now, but she uses her upper body to turn both competitors over, applying the pressure to Alice York and releasing the hold. Kick right there to the gut. Dakota Kai sizing her up for a power bomb. A power bomb she does deliver and a follow-up cover. 1, 2, 3, no! Alice York kicked out in the nick of time. As now Dakota Kai goes up high to fly through the sky. Double boot stomp. No, wait. Alice York dodged it. Clap to the ears. She's got her in submission yet again. Kai could tap. This could be it. She can't get her feet to the bottom rope. She's too far away. She's trapped. She's trapped. She's going to will her body out of this if she can find a way to get out of it. Dakota Kai could tap out. We could see the former champion get a rematch. Oh no! Dakota Kai with a shot right there, stunning Alice York. Breaking it up. Dakota Kai fights out of it. Russian leg sweep to Alice York, dropping her down. Now Dakota Kai, forearm shot, no. York looking for the super kick after the counter, but no. Kai sidestepped, only to get Irish whipped by Alice York. Back elbow there. Wipes out Dakota Kai. And frog splash off the middle rope, but Dakota Kai got her knees up in the nick of time and sizing her up. Irish whipping Alice York again into the corner. We can be seeing the end. We're on the verge of victory for Dakota Kai as she delivers a big boot in the corner yet again. Cover to put her away to win the match. 1, no, 1.5. Alice York still having fight in her system as she powers through, but now Kai looking to hit the grand finale for the second time. Chiropractor there. Cover. 1, 2, 3. No. How is my question as Alice York continues the match, willing her body to kick out there. Wow. Dakota Kai still pushing on with the attack as there's an axe kick leveling Alice York down to the canvas. She now picks up the former champion and lands her, drops her on that top rope. The referee has seen enough and he is concerned with this one-sided beatdown, checking on Alice York to make sure that it's not too severe. And Alice York said that she's despite her days, that she's still able to continue. Dakota Kai follows it up with a chin lock of her own, but Alice York's turn to rise to her feet and work her way out of it. So wait, there's a stunner! A stunner out of nowhere on Dakota Kai to win the match. 1, 2, kick out at 2. It is Alice York's turn to be in disbelief, but she's going to follow it up with a springboard diving elbow right there. Masterfully done by Alice York as she sets up the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion for a big maneuver. The 4-time Women's Champion is in a bad spot to be in. Alice York miscalculated her roll-through move through the ropes, and Dakota Kai's going to take advantage as she fends it off and delivers a drop kick there. And now Dakota Kai delivers a double boot stomp to the chest of Alice York kick right there, drops her down, picks her up, and now Irish whipping her into the corner. Alice York is in trouble. Here it comes. The boot to the side of the face. Wait, no. Kai just tied up her leg into the ropes. Alice York turns the tide. Got her in submission. Locks it in for the third time. Will Kai tap? As she is struggling in the hold. Alice York trying to choke her out. Tried desperately. And Dakota Kai taps. One bad mistake by the four-time women's champion costs her the opportunity to get first dibs at a match against Angel for the NXT Women's title. It will be Alice York versus Angel in a rematch from NXT Takeover back in London. NXT Takeover 55 for this championship. Wow! What an opportunity to once again try and regain your championship. Sorry, to regain it. Not once again. She hasn't gotten the rematch yet. But Alice York picks up a monumental victory here tonight, as she will contend with Angel, her rival and former ally. Long story, but congratulations to the real deal of the women's division. Alice York with a crucial win as we head to the next segment. So, here we go. Following the match, Alice York celebrates, but Angel appears on the Titantron. She congratulates Alice on the win, but says that Chicago will be where the story between them ends. Alice thought she could put a stop to Angel in high society, but Angel has continued to prove she's the best woman on the roster. This coming takeover, she's going to make Alice York look far worse than what Angel did to Olivia Falcon. At the show, they'll have to cart Alice York out in an ambulance. Fair enough, bold talk. After that, Demi Dynamite is interviewed backstage and is asked about Asuka bowing to her at the end of her match in Toronto. Demi answers and says that she wasn't prepared for it at all, but is humbled by Asuka's actions. Asuka called her the Empress of Today after the match, but Demi certainly feels she's undeserving of that title, that moniker. She still has a lot to prove and a lot to learn. Just then, Kairi Sane walks in a frame and says that her best friend might have shown Demi respect, but she won't. Demi does have a lot to learn, and a lesson that Kairi plans to teach her next NXT is that to earn respect, it requires you to earn it in the ring through beating Kairi Sane, and live up to the words that Asuka has praised her with. Demi states that if it's a fight Kairi wants, then it's a fight she's willing to take on. She accepts the match for next NXT show. Kairi warns her that if she loses, then everything Asuka has been praising about her will be wrong. Demi better bring her best, because Sane certainly will. The interview ends. We then cut to Mr. Samuel, but Leon Barnett and Harvey, his father, walking into the office of Mr. Samuel to find him speaking with somebody already. Tony Ramirez, who was attacked earlier in the day. He's got a brace wrapped around his ankle, and they're chit-chatting. Mr. Samuel states to Tony if he wants the match, then he's booked against TJ Ballman for NXT TakeOver, not sooner. And the reason being is because he wants to make sure that Tony's health is good. And he's requiring that he stays at home for next NXT show. He doesn't want to risk any further injury, any kind of attack. This isn't because Ballman laid out that whole Chicago business and marketing. He wants to make sure that Ramirez is closer to 100%. Ramirez understands, shakes the boss's hand, and leaves while having a stare down with Leon, as the two have had a lot of animosity in history, and their match is the reason why Leon got put on the shelf and taken off screen earlier this season anyways. So they have a lot of unanswered animosity, and thankfully there was 2 security guards anyways to make sure that there's no physicality. Leon demands to know why he's been summoned like some mongrel pup. Mr. Samuel states that he understands Leon is the King of the Ring winner, not really fazed too much by Leon's attitude. And he states that you do have a free shot at the NXT title, but that doesn't mean you can float around between brands freely and attack whoever you want without consequences. Creedon is willing to withhold his NXT title shot for NXT Takeover. He wants Leon in a match at NXT Takeover instead. Leon rejects this, saying that he's already beaten him to win the King of the Ring. There's no need for a rematch, and there's no need for him to fight. He needs to get out of the way and out of line, because Leon is the front of the line, whether or not, or regardless whether Mr. Samuel hands out free shots or not. And, of course, before Mr. Samuel could finish speaking, Leon rejects this whole idea and says he's not going to wrestle Creedon. It's not going to happen. He's not going to waste his time with Jamie's X Factor, although he doesn't say the X part. Replace it with another way to say donkey's rear end, if you catch what I'm saying there. He then leaves the office before Mr. Samuel can finish. With Harvey, mind you. He walks out with his father. Man, oh man. As they leave, Mr. Samuel receives a phone call. He puts it on speaker for the cameras when he realizes it's from Marcus Trapp. The chairman states when he's put on speaker that the Redemption faction is part of NXT, but they also have SmackDown Live property as of last episode. He knows they aren't defending their titles at Backlash, but he wants the whole faction, including Devin Walker, to show up next SmackDown Live to iron things out and resolve this wrinkle. If they can hold on to the tag team titles, they will have to fight at Survivor Series and represent SmackDown, and he questions the caliber of NXT talent that Mr. Samuel is coaching. Mr. Samuel, his eyebrows raise in shock at those words, especially with how successful the NXT talent have been as of recently, and asks why Marcus is so scared of Ryan achieving success to throw a curveball right back at the boss. And he states that the kid is talented like many others in this locker room down here, and Marcus starts to yell at him in just pure anger. But Mr. Samuel regains control of the topic and changes it back to the tag team titles. He assures Marcus that the Redemption faction will be there, Devin Walker included. He does warn Marcus not to get his faction, the Redemption faction, involved in any of this Raw versus SmackDown stuff before Survivor Series. Two of those competitors that he's sending over are NXT Tag Team Champions, and he needs to figure out a number one contender for Chicago still. Marcus replies that he's got it all worked out. Mr. Samuel just needs to sit back, shut up when the boss is speaking, and let him do his job. Marcus hangs up the phone, and Mr. Samuel lets out a sigh before running his hand through his long hair. The stress of being the GM of NXT and dealing with the boss is not easy. So, Redemption will be there next SmackDown. What's going to happen with the tag team titles? We'll have to find out. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we head to a prime time main event. Chris Hall versus Ty Noble for the NXT Championship. Right now, we're going to go to it next. So it is main event time. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NXT Championship. Introduce first the challenger. He is representing the bloodline, Ty Noble. And introducing his opponent, he is the reigning, defending, undisputed, longest reigning NXT champion in Universe Mode history with a title reign of 22 episodes in his second reign, Chris Hall. So there is the champion holding arguably the most prestigious championship in Universe Mode history. Depends on what you deem as prestigious, the lack of title changes, or potentially what has happened with those who have won this championship. Half of them have become world champions in Universe Mode history. Chris Hall could be on that trajectory course as he's waging war against the Bloodline, or at least Ty Noble and Colt Lee, talking some serious trash on Raw. As now, Ty Noble starts off, got him in a wrist lock. Gets behind him, Chris Hall, though, the champion, works his way out of it against the young man. Ty Noble, young, early 20s. Chris Hall has been here a long time. Veteran as whoa! Back body drop was countered. Ty Noble flipped out of it. Snapmare there. Drops him down onto a side headlock. Ty Noble gets control. He's got a lot at stake. Roman Reigns has given him the task to become NXT champion by Survivor Series, or else consequences will fall upon him. What the consequences will be, I don't know, but it could be a beating, more than likely, from Roman Reigns to toughen him up. Ty Noble gets his face wrenched by the champion. Chris Hall Irish whips him out of the ring. Chris Hall goes to the outside. And now the offense continues. Chris Hall. Oh, swinging neck breaker on the outside. Chris Hall lighting him up with a series of strikes on the outside, punches, connecting repeatedly, but no way to counter there. As now, Chris Hall tries to send him over to the steps, but oh! Ty Noble fends it off. Count of 6, by the way, by the referee. Count of 7. Ty Noble, though, goes in and outside the ring to reset the count. We're back to 1. Doesn't want this match to end in a countout. Champion's advantage is in play, which means disqualifications. If he gets disqualified or counted out, either way he will retain. As now waits. I almost got him in a sleeper hold on the outside. It will not cause a victory or defeat. On the outside, it must be done inside the ring, but could wear down the champion. As once again, there's a count of 7. Chris Hall, Irish whipping. Ty Noble back inside the ring, and there's a drop kick there by Ty Noble. Delivers an elbow to the chest. As Noble tries to land a strike, but Chris Hall counters. What a kick right there. Levels the challenger, the champion. Cover. 1. No, 1.5. The first man in Universe Mode history, out of the 32 men that have held this championship, he's the first to hold the title for longer than 28 episodes. As now Chris Hall delivering a series of knee strikes right to the temple of Ty Noble. It's now Noble delivers a jaw rattler there. Chris Hall is rocked. Ty Noble tries to pick him up, but no. Chris Hall counters, turns the tide. Picks him up, Northern Lights suplex there. Now it's time for the Brain Buster. Connecting. Twisting Brain Buster in midair. Chris Hall sizing him up. Here comes the super kick. Caught him on the jaw. Cover to retain. 1. No, 1.5. Chris Hall couldn't put him away. We have a battle on our hands. Both men have something to prove here tonight, as now Noble picks him up into a fireman's carry, slams him down onto the canvas, using one of Eric Young's moves. 1. No, kick out of 1.5. Ty Noble picking up Chris Hall now. He's got it. Sizing him up. Suplex. Connecting. Floats over into a cover. 1. No, 1.5. Now Ty Noble backing it, willing. Chris Hall to his feet, picks him up, drives him down to the canvas. 1, 2, no. The Noble driver couldn't put him away. Now there's an axe handle off the middle rope. We'll have to think of a better name for the Noble driver, but Chris Hall counters, kick to the gut, picks him up. Brain Buster connects, rolls into a cover. 1, no, 1.5. The challenger stays alive and kicks out. Chris Hall with a look of A little bit of a disbelief after rocking the challenger so much, but Ty Noble fights out of the headlock, got him in a headlock and locks in a sleeper hold yet again on the champion. This time it's in the ring, and the champion is in serious jeopardy of losing his title. As Chris Hall flailing his arms, trying to loosen the grip, and he managed to land a jaw rattler there. A reverse jaw rattler, kick to the sternum. And a way to Skywalker by the champion to retain 1, 2, 3. No! I almost said 3, but it's a kick out there. Chris Hall couldn't finish him off. But he's going to continue pouring on the offense as the Irish whips Ty Noble into the corner. No. Noble counters, tries to lay in some offense, but Chris Hall works his way out of the corner. Ty Noble delivers a series of elbows to get out of the waist lock, picks him up. Back body drop right onto the neck. The champion is reeling. He's trapped in the corner in a seated position as now Ty Noble delivers a knee to the jaw. Noble closing in on potentially securing this title, not just for himself, but potentially his security within the bloodline. In Roman Reigns' favor, rolls up Chris Hall for the title too. No, Chris Hall kicks out. Chris Hall looks to keep that title and pour on his reign even further. Oh, Ty Noble dropped him down with an atomic drop and a leg drop south of the equator. But no, Chris Hall countered and goes for a cover, but a kick out there by the challenger. Chris Hall sizes up the challenger. Picks him up, overhand strike, no, wait, Ty Noble counters, knife edge chop right there. Punch to the face. Picking up Chris Hall and delivers a neck breaker there. And he's feeling it. Ty Noble looking to make history and end the reign of Chris Hall. Noble driver right there. Motioning for Chris Hall to get back up to his feet. Ty Noble wants to finish it off. Inverted angle slam. Here it is. It's time. No, he's not going to go for the cover. He's going to go yard. He's going to go for the grand slam. The grand finale from the top rope. Body splash there. He's done it. He's done it. He's got the title. 1, 2. No, I spoke too soon. Chris Hall kicks out and stays alive. Much to the dismay of Ty Noble, who doesn't let his emotions get the better of him as he locks in a figure 4 to try and force a tap-out victory over Chris Hall. Will he get the submission victory over the champion? Will he end the reign of the record-setting longest reigning champion in NXT history? But no, Chris Hall turns it over and is doing damage to Ty Noble's legs. Ty Noble favoring his knees as he gets to his feet. Chris Hall picks him up into a fireman's carry. Drops him on the ropes. Now Chris Hall turning that leg. Now comes a human cannonball into the rib cage of Ty Noble. Cover. 1. No, 1.5. There's a kick out there. Stiff kick to the back. Target to the arm. Ty Noble still in a lot of pain and a lot of danger to lose. Ooh, back elbow there. Gets back to his feet. The champion in trouble. Knife edge chop attempt, but no. Chris Hall rode out of the way, only to get trapped into the corner. Hard hitting punch by Ty Noble. Goes for the waist lock, but no. Chris Hall counters, looking to attack him from behind. Waist lock of his own. But Ty Noble counters. Back and forth between these two. Back body drop by Noble. As now, he's going to go up the fly. He's going to go for the airborne move. He's going to go for it. Chris Hall getting to his feet. Ty Noble signaling to the crowd. Pumping them up. Oh, what a forearm there. Leaping and getting it some serious air time. Cover on the champion. 1, 2, 3. No. Chris Hall kicks out yet again. Wow. So now he picks him up. Trying to lay in the punches. Shot right there. Clubbing blow to the back once, twice, double axe handle now, twice more, and that finally brings down the NXT champion. Knee to the face. As Ty Noble's knuckles are coated in the blood of the champion. As he tosses him into the corner, goes for the tribute to Sting, but missed it. As now, Chris Hall counters, front flip neck breaker there. Cover to retain, he's done it. 1.5. Chris Hall can't believe it. Goes for a cover a second time. 1, no. Not even a 1 count now. Chris Hall sizing him up though. The end is nigh. As now Chris Hall, Destino connects. That's it. It's over. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Chris Hall arguing with the referee, saying that there's no chance. There's no chance he kicked out. And he's going to pour on the offense, though. Telling the referee that's 3, and the referee telling him to back off. He wants to check on Ty Noble to make sure he's all right. But Chris Hall grabs his shirt and tosses him aside and says, move out of the way, let me do what I need to do. But Ty Noble recovered. These two back and forth. Noble dodges the corkscrew. What a head scissor hurricanrana. Only for Chris Hall to do a pop-up into a hurricanrana himself. What a back and forth between these two. Wow. What an exchange as Chris Hall laying in the boots to the challenger. Delivering some serious punishment now across the body to all the ligaments of Ty Noble, and delivers those knees to the back as the champion in the driver's seat for a potential victory. But Chris Hall is countered. Ty Noble turns him around, caught him. Wait a minute. Crossroads. 1, 2. No! So close yet so far for Ty Noble. Stomped to the face, trying to worsen the blood flow of Chris Hall's face. The gash wound getting worse. Irish whipping the champion in the corner, looking for the tribute to Sting in the corner, but no, it's gone! Hurricanrana! No! Botchamania, something happened, but either way, the two go back and forth with the counters, and he delivers a powerbomb. Yes, it was a glitch, by the way, for anybody wondering. He was supposed to hit me with a hurricanrana, but for some reason, he hit me with a powerbomb instead. It was weird. As oh, wait! Ty Noble rolls him up. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Ty Noble backing off, only to go in for a submission. He caught his leg. He's got him. He's got him in submission. Chris Hall yelling in pain. He could tap out, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Struggling. Fading in that hold. Will he quit in the middle of the ring? But no, he works his way out of it. The champion feeling this title match potentially slipping away like grains of sand as Noble goes for a suplex, but Chris Hall counters, picks him up, back body drop there. Chris Hall now backing off. Ladies and gentlemen, all rise. He's looking for the end. He's looking to size him up, looking to put him away. Super kick to the jaw. That's gonna be it. It's over. It's over. It's over. Title retained. 2. No. No. It's not over. Still, it's not over. But Chris Hall looking to put him away. He's sizing him up. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. The champion is about to retain. Destino connects. It's over. The match is over. 1, 2. No! Noble kicks out yet again. And Chris Hall is white hot with anger. Human cannonball there. Sizes up Ty Noble, but Ty Noble with a jaw rattler there. Caught him, kicks his leg out from under him. Chris Hall favoring his knee. He's in trouble, but he rolls out of the ring to avoid Ty Noble. Running away now is the champion. Look at this visual as he flees Ty Noble. The self-proclaimed standard bearer of NXT And a knife edge chop accidentally connected with the referee. Chris Hall grabbed the chair. Wait a minute. The referee needs to do something about that chair. That's Ty Noble. Look at it, put him away. Here it comes. Wait, no. Chris Hall rolls away. Drops. Oh, oh. Wait. Ty Noble got busted open on hitting his head off the canvas, and wait, a zigzag by Chris Hall. The referee finally doing his job as he grabbed the chair. Wait a minute, Chris Hall wipes out the referee with a chair. No, or wipes out the referee and is using the chair. Chair shot to the skull of Ty Noble. Chair shot to the referee as he is laying in the chair shots repeatedly. Absolutely despicable disgrace. Wow. As the title match gets thrown out by disqualification by Chris Hall. Absolutely despicable and disgusting. Wow. Chris Hall throws down the chair after the match, puts his foot right on the chest of Ty Noble and raises up the championship and says, "This is my NXT. All of you bow down and respect me." And just as he finished that, the lights go out. Closer has arrived. Chris Hall got out of the ring when the Margrave made his entrance, and the Margrave points at the title. Chris Hall shakes his head and says, "This title's mine, NXT's mine," and holds up the belt as he backs up the ramp. That will close the show, no pun intended with the closer's moniker. Now, hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you choose. But before I close out the video, I want to talk about Backlash real quick. It's going to be 8 separate videos. 8 separate videos over the course of one day. I'm going to try and space them all out. I'm going to set them all as premieres so we can all watch them live together. But I want to do it over the course of one day. So I'm going to try and space them based upon their times, every 30 minutes, every 15, depending on how long the matches take. I'm going to try and space them out the best of my ability, or get them as close as possible to an actual show. What's going to happen? What day is it going to air? I'm going to leave all that up to you in the comments section. For starters, if you have a day that you prefer to watch it, let me know, because this video is coming out on Saturday. Put down in the comments as soon as possible what day within the next week do you want to do it. If nobody votes by the end of Saturday, what I'm going to do is I am going to just release all the videos next weekend, or figure out a day. Either way, check the channel, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them all as premieres, all 8 matches, and I'll even advertise it on Discord and potentially YouTube itself. I'll create like a post in the community on Sunday on what day I'm going to do it, and I'm going to schedule them all so you can see what times for what matches, so you can tune in if you want to see specific matches. That's how I'm going to do it. I've never done this before, so this is in terms of scheduling this many matches and doing this kind of show before, so this is all brand new, and I wanted to give everyone that preference on what day is convenient for you. But if nobody votes, I'll just make the audible call. That's going to be a Backlash. I'm also going to be stepping away on the 30th for about 2 weeks. I always do this every time. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try within the next week is to record Raw so I can upload it while I'm away. I was also thinking about just uploading other videos that I can come up with on YouTube while I'm away as well, so everybody has some content to watch. It might not be wrestling. It might be a house show. Leave down below in a suggestion if you want it to be a WWE house show, like a Universe Mode house show. What kind of matches do you want to see, whether it's from Raw, whether it's from SmackDown or NXT, and what matchups? This is where you get a lot of feedback, and I don't have a lot of time. I only have 1 week. So the sooner you comment, the sooner I can react to it. So please give me your feedback as soon as possible. Worst case scenario, if nobody gives me feedback, I'll try and come up with something. I want to give you all content to enjoy while I'm away, because I've been gone for 3 weeks editing Backlash. I know this is a long tangent and a long announcement at the very end, but I wanted to just clear the air on what's going on and what's happening with the channel going forward, in case anybody wonders why I disappear. Either way, thank you all so much for watching NXT. Hope you all are excited for Backlash as much as I am, and also for the episodes to come. Thank you all so much. Again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you choose. But most importantly, as always, Pseudo Mad Army, I will see you all at Backlash.